Sup, y'all? Let's talk about this man right here, Vasiliy High-Tech Lomachenko. As we all know, he recently fought against Teofimo Lopez in a fight that went the distance for undisputed status at 135 pounds, and we all know who won the fight. Obviously, it's not this guy; it's Teofimo Lopez, and yeah, it's been reported that apparently Lomachenko had shoulder issues leading up to the fight. ESPN reported that he apparently, according to his manager Agis Klimas, uh, Vasiliy Lomachenko had pain in his shoulder leading up to the Lopez fight. If you read the article, according to Klimas, who manages Lomachenko, he said, and I quote, he said, when he arrived to the States to prepare for the fight, he said in the Ukraine he felt the sharp pain in his right shoulder. By the way, he had surgery on the shoulder 2018, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was in 2018. Uh, and then he says that we took him right away to Dr. Elatrach to examine him. So yeah, and then it goes on to say that they lost 1 week of training because the doctor didn't allow him. I'll just read it. We lost 1 week of training. We lost 1 week of sparring because the doctor forbid him to do much for a week after the injection. So, what does that sound to me? That sounds like excuses to me. I mean, and Klimas goes on to say, we didn't want to look like we were looking for excuses or something. Come on, dude. It sounds like an excuse to me. And then he says, if it's possible, we would like the rematch. If they are so tough, are they willing to come back and do that? Um, if Lomachenko, I mean, if to be honest, if Lopez wants to move on to bigger and better fights, sure. I can't blame him. If he wants to fight Lomachenko again, sure. As long as the money's right, I guess. I guess it all depends on the money, right? I mean, Lopez said it himself after the fight. I think that he will be following the money, the biggest fights out there. And, a fight against Lomachenko would be a big fight once things go back to normal, after coronavirus and everything. But there are a lot of big fights out there as well for Teofimo, especially after this win. Um, yeah, Vasily, I don't know, man. It sounds like excuses to me. I feel like they should just kept this on the low and not said anything. Maybe just had surgery on the low, and didn't say anything about you know pain or injections and all that. Yahoo Sports uh, reported that he did have surgery, and that after the Lopez fight, and that he is expected to recover. So 2 times he had to get surgery on that shoulder. So maybe his body is taking a toll right now for Lomachenko. Considering that, uh, it's he's been in the sport for so long since he was a kid, fighting in the amateurs for so many times and fighting as a pro in tough fights from the beginning, from the get go. Maybe his body is just not there anymore, and in his 30s now, he's getting older. um Maybe that shoulder just can't recover no more. So his doctor Ella Trash told Yahoo Sports, I'll read what it said, and you guys can follow along. When he came in from Ukraine for his last stages of preparation for the fight, he was having some difficulty with the shoulder. It turns out he had badly bruised the rotator cuff and chipped a piece of cartilage. Damn. Which we didn't realize at the time. But we knew he'd badly bruised the rotator cuff and badly bruised the bone where the cuff attaches to the shoulder. That was roughly 6 weeks before the fight, and we got him to where he was comfortable enough to train. He said he was okay to train, okay, but it continued to cause him pain during the fight. Interesting. And then he goes on to say, we operated on him last night, and he had what we call a hemorrhagic thickened bursitis. That's the tissue that lubricates the cushions, that and cushions the rotator cuff, which is where he had where we had treated him, Jesus, I can't read, and injected him before the fight. On the inside of the shoulder, where he had previously dislocated the shoulder, he had chipped the cartilage on the inside of the socket that was the right next to the previous repair, so I did a small tough up of the repair so I could cover up the bare cartilage in the front of the shoulder. Huh. Alright. So basically, it looks like things went well in surgery. And then he goes on to say, not all repeat surgeries have a worse prognosis. Well, he said on the things we did for him after the first surgery made him pain-free and his shoulders stable enough that he could go and win a couple of championships after the surgery. I wouldn't expect he had any limitations after this one for what we were able to do. All right. So, Jesus, that's a lot to read from Dr. Neil Elatrach, who gave surgery to Vasiliy Lomachenko. So, Vasily, I mean, I wish him nothing but the best. I wish him a speedy recovery. Yeah, hopefully he can recover from it as soon as possible, and we could see him back in the ring as soon as possible. Obviously, with this injury, we might not see him towards the later part of next year. Maybe. Yeah, and he's getting up there in age now, so it sucks. But I hate that it sounds like an excuse to me. It really does. From the manager of Vasily Lomachenko, it sounds like an excuse. From the doctor, he's just explaining what happened. So, anyway, wish nothing but the best to Vasily. Wish him a speedy recovery. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know your thoughts. And like always, have